This is a strange island where the residents are all beautiful girls. Usually, they will team up with others to have close physical contact to gain powerful strength, in order to fight against others for the limited sources on the island. Among them, some can become super powerful weapons through intimacy, some can put others into illusions, and some will become as large as a house. What other secrets are hidden on this island? Why do the beautiful girls possess these strange superpowers? Like and subscribe, and let's get it revealed. In the future, many girls are infected with a mysterious virus that will give them superpowers, but they can only use the power when they feel pleasure. To prevent the infected girls from causing war and disaster, governments have to secretly arrest the girls and deport them to 5 artificial islands. The story happens on one of the artificial islands, Mermaid. Momori used to be a high school student. After getting infected, she is suddenly captured on Mermaid. Initially, she doesn't know what has happened since the virus is a secret to most people. Soon, the guards of Mermaid find Momori. Discovering that Momori has no idea about why she comes here, they demonstrate to her the superpowers of the virus. They begin to touch each other, and when they feel pleasure, one of the guards turns into a machine gun. Then the guards want to attack Momori, because on Mermaid, the weak are always humiliated. Just then, another girl named Mireille is sent to Mermaid, who knows how to use her superpowers. Surprisingly, she falls in love with Momori at first sight and immediately protects her. To defeat the guards, she has to kiss Momori. Feeling pleasure, Momori awakens superpowers and turns into a sword. Seeing this, Mireille immediately picks up the sword and defeats the 2 guards. It turns out that half of the girls infected with the virus, who are called Ixters, will turn into powerful weapons, while the other half is called Liberators, who have strong fighting powers and can turn Ixters into weapons through intimate interactions. And the weapons Ixters turned into are called Liberator Arm. In Mermaid, there is a grand castle where most of the exiled girls live. As soon as Momori and Mireille enter the castle, they are surrounded by walls. A powerful liberator with her Ixters is preparing for attacking them. It turns out to be a test for every girl who enters the castle. The better they do in the battle, the better they will be treated. Encountering the powerful opponent this time, Mireille and Momori are on the back foot at first. Seeing this, most of the residents think that the 2 girls will be defeated. Just then, Mireille kisses Momori, and Momori turns into a liberator arm again. Using the arm, Mireille wins the battle in an instant. The defeated Liberator and Ixters are recognized as the strong in the castle. Therefore, all the inhabitants are shocked by the strength of Mireille and Momori. Seeing the result, the leader of the castle, Akira, speculates that Mireille is a soldier. It turns out that when the virus first appeared, some countries used the virus to create superpowered soldiers to fight in the war. But later all the countries reached an agreement to ban superpowered soldiers from the war. After retiring, these girls will also be banished to artificial islands. Because they are much stronger than other girls, they are called soldiers. Fearing that Mireille and Momori will threaten her status, the deputy director of the castle, Charlotte, immediately asks the guards to separate them. Thinking that Mireille will be much weaker after separating from Momori, Charlotte intends to find another partner for Momori. She asks Momori to immediately participate in a wedding-like pairing ceremony with another liberator. Although not wanting to be paired with other liberators, Momori is forced to participate in the ceremony since she is too weak alone. Fortunately, not all of the castle's residents are willing to obey Charlotte. A resident named Mifin secretly releases Mireille and tells her where Momori is. Meanwhile, the Liberator is preparing to force Momori to have an intimate interaction with her. Just then, Mireille arrives at the ceremony. She quickly defeats the Liberator and rescues Momori. Charlotte's guards try to stop them, but Mireille immediately breaks the roof and escapes the castle with Momori. From then on, they must survive in the wild. Having strong survival skills, Mireille quickly catches 2 fish for food. However, she doesn't find fresh water by the sea, which is a very serious problem. Just then, Mifin finds them. Not only does she provide fresh water, but is willing to take them to other living areas. Outside the castle, there is a small town where lives the people who are dissatisfied with the ruler of the castle. It turns out that when governments established the artificial islands, they left many factories to produce necessities, but these factories are occupied by the residents of the castle. Mifin's mission is to lurk in the castle and secretly deliver some necessities to the town. In fact, the commander of the castle's guard, Kasumi, has always been aware of what Mifin is doing. Willing to maintain the peace between the castle and the town, she never stops Mifin. In contrast to her, after learning about Mifin repeatedly stealing supplies from the castle, Charlotte immediately decides to retrieve the supplies. She wants to use this as an opportunity to destroy the town and consolidate the rule of the castle. Kasumi has to follow her orders and attacks the town. To protect Momori and the town, Mireille is the first to fight the guards. She defeats Charlotte in battle but loses to Kasumi. Just then, the powerful liberator, Rain, appears. Rain's liberator arm is a motorcycle that is turned by an Ixter named Lady J. Having rich combat experience, they are so strong that even guards of the castle fear them. Unwilling to admit defeat, Charlotte immediately asks the guards to attack the town, just as Mireille is about to stop them. Lady J, who thinks that Mireille is brave and attractive, turns into an energy cannon for her. It turns out that Lady J is a special Ixter, who can be transformed into several types of Liberator arms. With their joint efforts, the guards, as well as Charlotte and Kasumi, are defeated. Just then, the leader of the castle, Akira, appears. She is a woman but pretends to be a man and builds the castle. She is the Prince Charming of most girls on the island. Fearing the battle will cause more losses, she announces that it is a misunderstanding and that she will no longer call those who steal the supplies to account. Falling in love with Akira at first sight, Momori considers her to be Mr. Right. After then, residents of Mermaid return to their peaceful life. Occasionally, Akira will come to an abandoned building to remove her disguise. She will briefly live on the island as a girl. No one can recognize her except her close friend, the head of the town. Akira then visits the town and stays there for the night. She is arranged in Momori and Mireille's room. Embarrassingly, obsessed with Akira, Momori's room is covered with posters of Akira wearing men's clothing. As a result, she recalls the past in her sleep. Akira was the first girl to be banished to Mermaid. Her mother suggested that she pretend to be a man so that she could live an easier life. Akira's Ixter is an artificial robot, so she does not have a close partner and will not expose her true gender. After relaxing for a while, Akira has to put on men's clothing because Mermaid needs her as a leader to maintain order. On Mermaid, there is a mysterious area where strange noises are often heard. Thinking it dangerous, Akira commissions Rain and Lady J to investigate the location. To be on the safe side, they ask Mireille, Momori, and Mifun for help. When they arrive, they hear noises nearby. After Rain breaks a large rock with the Liberator arm, they discover a tunnel. At the end of the tunnel is a hidden factory. After exploring, they find that most of the information has been destroyed. Just then, a strange robot appears. It sneaks up on them and hurts Momori. Rain immediately fights against the robot and asks Mireille to leave with Momori. Mireille knows the robot. When she worked for the government as a superpowered soldier, she had seen researchers grow cells from viruses and use machinery to build robots. These robots are very dangerous since they are very powerful and only know killing. To protect Momori, Mireille has to use her special ability. She used to be transformed by the government and can turn into a special combat form in which her body is as strong as steel. Unexpectedly, Mireille is defeated by the robot. Seeing this, Momori determines to protect Mireille and returns to the battlefield. This time, Momori brings out enhanced abilities of her own. Instead of a sword, she changes into a long-barreled gun. Mireille successfully kills the robot with the enhanced arm. The robot's death triggers a big explosion, and the entire factory is destroyed. Fortunately, Mireille and Momori escape in time. However, the enormous energy they unleashed during the battle is monitored by government officials. They immediately send an agent to Mermaid, intending to find the person who has unleashed the energy. Soon after, a government agent, Momoka, arrives at Mermaid. After entering the castle, she meets Charlotte and allies with her. Momoka tries to take advantage of Charlotte to control the castle and then looks for the person who unleashes the energy. But Akira is an obstruction to her. Knowing that the virus only infects women, Momoka plans to challenge Akira and reveals her true gender. Akira, as the leader of the castle, has to accept the challenge. Additionally, Momoka suspects that Akira may be the person she is looking for. She needs to judge whether Akira could unleash great energy in this battle. Charlotte serves as Momoka's liberator, but her strength is too weak, and even with the powerful arm Momoka turns into, she is defeated by Akira. As a result, Momoka has to fight Akira alone. She turns into an autonomously running liberator arm, which can attack even if the liberator loses consciousness. In the end, she defeats Akira and rips her clothes, exposing her gender to everyone. Akira is no longer the leader. From then on, Charlotte and Momoka will be the new leaders of the castle. Momoka immediately asks the castle guards to hunt down girls outside the castle. All the residents of the town are arrested. Although defeating the guards and being free from arrest, Mireille and Momori come to the castle to rescue their friends from the town, as well as Akira. Only then does Momori know that Akira is also a woman. After then, Mireille and Momori fight against Charlotte's guards and they easily defeat all the enemies. However, the energy Momori unleashes during the fight is recognized by Momoka. It turns out that this energy comes from an ability called the Valkyrie effect, which is a powerful ability that can even rule the world. So Momoka sneaks up on Momori and forces her to release the arm form. Mireille and Momoka used to be comrades in arms, but Mireille later chose to retire, while Momoka stayed in the government as a secret agent. Therefore, having been trained and reformed more times, Momoka is now stronger than Mireille. She quickly defeats Mireille. Rain and Lady J want to rescue but are also defeated. In addition to Momoka, the government sends 2 soldiers to assist Momoka. After capturing Momori, the 3 betray the government and Momoka decides to rule the world using the Valkyrie effect. To save Momori, Mirai and other friends have to attack the castle again. Meanwhile, Momoka is transforming Momori into her liberator arm. Momoka's fellow soldiers become Charlotte's arms and they guard the castle to prevent Momoka from being disturbed. With the liberator arm transformed by Lady J, Mirai fights against Charlotte, having limited strength. Charlotte is no match for Mirai even if she uses the liberator arm turned by soldiers. After defeating Charlotte, Mirai immediately enters the castle. Unfortunately, Momori has been mind-controlled by Momoka and has become her liberator arm. Momoka quickly hurts Mirai. Just as she prepares to kill Mirai, Kasumi appears and helps Mirai fend off the fatal blow. Besides her, Rain, Mifun, and other friends also come to the rescue. However, Momoka uses Momori's Valkyrie ability to absorb other girls into her arm and become stronger. Thinking that she can overwhelm them all in a single shot, she attacks Mirai and her friends with all her energy. Unexpectedly, they are only slightly injured. It turns out that Momori subconsciously does not want to hurt her friends. But after then, Momoka manages to absorb them with the liberator arm. Meanwhile, government officials detect the energy unleashes during the battle. Speculating that Momoka must have defected, they arrange the satellites to attack Momoka. However, the liberator arm turned by Momori becomes even more powerful after absorbing more girls. It provides Momoka with enough power to block the attack and even destroy the satellite. By this time, Momoka is almost invincible, but she still plans to absorb more girls. When she absorbs all the girls infected by the virus, she will be able to rule the world. Fortunately, inside the liberator arm, Mirai meets Momori. They hug tightly, and their power of love allows them to break through Momoka's mind control. Everyone is released. Mirai allows Momori to exert the true power of the Valkyrie effect. Although Momoka immediately turns her fellow soldiers into liberator arms, Mirai and Momori are much more powerful than them. Using Momori's Valkyrie ability, Mirai pierces Momoka's liberator arm with a single sword. However, instead of killing Momoka, Mirai chooses to forgive her. After all, they used to be comrades in arms. Afterward, Mirai and Momori absorb the armed virus from others, restoring them to normal. Although the virus grants superpowers, no one wants to be trapped on a small island. The residents of Mermaid are overjoyed, as they can finally leave this place and live a normal life. But Mirai and Momori don't choose to return home. They decide to head to other artificial islands to continue rescuing the girls infected by the virus. That brings the end of this anime. What impresses me the most is that Momori, who looks very normal, possesses the strongest Valkyrie effect. After thinking, I finally know the reason. Although she doesn't have any exceptional advantages, she has the most valuable characteristics of humans, including her innocence, kindness, and gentleness. This is her biggest merit. That's why Mirai likes her, and so do I. If you enjoyed this story just like me, please like and subscribe. If you want to see more anime recaps, please comment, keep going, in the comment area. See you next time.